Hola, clase. This week we learned some family words. We went over the family tree page in our book. So we learned a lot of family words, and also we went over the I, which is there is, and bedroom items. So we'll go over those a little bit more in detail now. The family tree activity was also practicing the possessive adjectives that we learned on the page before, so page 32. My, your, his, her, our, those things. So remember, me is my, tu is your, and su means his, her, its, or your. And then nuestro means our, and vuestro means your all, like multiple people, if you're in Spain. Otherwise, you'll use su instead of vuestro. So we went through this little paragraph, and as family relation words came up, we wrote them on the board and discussed them. So we learned the words hermano, which means brother, and hermana, which means sister. And we reviewed that if you have boys and girls together, it takes on the masculine plural form. So hermanos can mean brothers, or it can also mean siblings. So if you have a brother and a sister, you could say mis hermanos. So if there's mixed genders, the plural takes the masculine form. Now, if you just have sisters, you'd say mis hermanas with an A, right? So that rule applies to all the family words. With the exception of mother and father, they all end in an O for the masculine form. Grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, cousin, son, daughter. And then they'll end in an A. The same word, but ends in an A for the feminine form. Mother and father is different. So padre is father, and madre is mother. So instead of an O changing to an A at the end, you have that P changing to an M, which has nothing to do with how feminine and masculine normally are in Spanish. Normally it's the O or the A at the end, right? But anyway, padre is father, madre is mother, los padres or mis padres, the parents or my parents. So again, that word takes the masculine form. Even though it's a mom and a dad, you would say mis padres, my parents. The word for grandpa is abuelo, and the word for grandma is abuela. If you're going to say my grandparents, it's mis abuelos. Tío is uncle, and tía is aunt. If you're going to say my aunt and uncle, you would say mis tíos. Hijo is son, and hija is daughter. That's H-I-J-O, because the H is silent, and the J makes a sound. So hijo, son, hija, daughter. My children, mis hijos. And then cousin is primo or prima. And if you're saying my cousins and they're all mixed boys and girls, mis primos. If you only have girl cousins, you can say mis primas. So those are all the family words that we learned, and we practiced using like my, your, our on that page also. The next page, page 34 in our book, is I, H-A-Y. It's pronounced I, and it means there is. Or if you're talking about something plural, it can mean there are. So I means there is or there are. And so looking at the picture, they've got little numbers, and the words in the box are what the item is in Spanish, right? So number 1 is la cómoda. That's a dresser or chest of drawers. Number 2, la camisa. That's a shirt. Number 3, el estéreo. Estéreo, the stereo. Number 4, la lámpara, the lamp. Number 5, el reloj. That's clock. It also means watch. So they have the same word. Just a watch is like a clock on your wrist, right? Number 6, el ropero. That is, some countries use it to mean closet, like a little tiny room actually cut into the wall of your house. But I think more often than that, it is a wardrobe, like a piece of furniture that's, not cut into the wall, like a piece of furniture, like a dresser, but something you can hang in. So wardrobe or sometimes closet. 7, la cama, the bed. 8, la merienda, the snack. 9, el teléfono, the telephone. And 10, el perro, the dog. So the question down below, ¿Qué hay en mi habitación? Habitación is bedroom. So ¿Qué means what? I is there. En mi habitación. So what is in my bedroom, or what is there in my bedroom? And then you answer with I. There is or there are. And then the example here is mirror, un espejo. There is a mirror. Hay un espejo. So to answer all of these 10 questions, you'll just write I, and then either un, una, unos, unas, depending on whatever the thing is. Actually, none of them are plural, so just un or una, depending on if it's feminine or masculine. Yeah, that's it. So get familiar with those possessive adjectives, mi, tu, su, nuestro, vuestro, and then the family words and the bedroom words, and I. I is a very important word. And that's it. Adios.